She says this: we have to deal with the fact that he decided he was going to give up being Peter Parker and he was going to focus on being Spider-Man because being Peter Parker was too hard. So that's what the movie is about. Jerry, so Amy Pascal taught him about kind of where Peter Parker's head is at. I mean, obviously you would agree that it makes sense given the ending of Spider-Man No Way Home. But how do you feel about where Peter Parker's head is at, to where it's kind of like the Batman type of thing, where he's going to be in the suit for a lot of the movie?
Yeah. I think that I don't know if he's necessarily going to be in the suit for the whole movie, but it's clear that he isn't going to necessarily have such a life as Peter Parker, and his life as Peter Parker might be dedicated to, planning and plotting for his life as Spider-Man. And it doesn't sound like they are taking the route of new characters for Peter Parker's life. Like, this doesn't sound like we're going to be getting Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn at all. So, it seems like every week we learn something new about Spider-Man 4 that makes it very hard to predict what the hell this movie is going to be. Because each week contradicts the last week.
Yeah, dude, we're just shooting blanks out here, bro.
Yeah,
honestly,
seriously,
it's something new every. You're right, bro. It's new every week. It's starting to get a little annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you, because there's something we like and then there's something that we hate. Yeah, so I felt like I like it because it makes sense. He's kind of in his bag, but shouldn't there be someone or something that makes his focus go off? And that's where, as you said, a Harry Osborn comes in, a Gwen Stacy comes in. He gets a Norman Osborn, a mentor. Like, where is the world building for Spider-Man? And that's what I think needs to happen in Spider-Man 4.
Norman Osborn is like the perfect character for the situation, because Norman Osborn isn't a character that Peter is going to have a close relationship with in his personal life, but he could still have a relationship with Norman Osborn as Peter Parker that impacts his activities as Spider-Man.
1000%, bro. And that's where I think that they could cook. And excuse me. And obviously we know Marvel's talking to Coleman Domingo, and he's obviously voicing Norman in the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show. So hopefully, man, they can work something out to get him in as a Norman Osborn, and we can get Harry Osborn, and we can get something going, because I really think that those characters are the key to making this Spider-Man world go round and round. And they got through it the first trilogy, and I would say that they were on the backs of the MCU's universe. So Peter was kind of busy, but they gotta. I think you can't. That's like doing Superman without Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen, and what I mean. Like, you got to have these guys in here, man. You can't just keep doing it without them.
I do. Who? Norman or Harry?
Both. Like, we need them both. And like it's like I had my fun with Ned. I hope he comes back, but I think that we're in the time to where Peter is alone, and this is the perfect chance to bring in a Harry and a Norman Osborn.
It's interesting because Daredevil is a good example of someone who sometimes his life as Daredevil impacts his relationship with Foggy. And like sometimes in the comics and in the show, he doesn't really have a relationship with Foggy because they're at odds with each other about him as Daredevil. I would love to see the Osborns. I think that like you could do so much with them because Norman, Oscorp Industries, Dark Avengers, you could also do something like in the comics. Norman Osborn does a hostile takeover of Stark Industries. Like, there is so much content to mine from with Norman, and Harry obviously adds another layer to it, especially to the fact that both Norman and Harry have their own villains. Norman is obviously the Green Goblin, but he's also been Carnage, and he's also been Gold Goblin now, which is kind of stupid, but whatever. And, he's also been Iron Patriot. So Norman Osborn has been his own alter ego probably more times than any other character. And Harry just has the Hobgoblin and now technically Venom. But by the way, on the idea of race swapping, if you haven't watched the show, we don't oppose the idea. Obviously, we both just agreed that Coleman Domingo would be a great Norman Osborn. There's a lot of characters, and we said this for a while, like, a lot of characters, their race is really irrelevant to who they are as a character.
100%, yeah. Because I mean, and like when it comes to certain characters, like as Jerry said, race doesn't matter, and like when it comes to Norman Osborn, we would want a better actor than someone that looks the part. That's kind of like where I'm at, like, because Norman's personality and his traits is what makes Norman, not necessarily his race. You know what I mean? Like, it could even be a freaking Spanish guy. I wouldn't care as long as they're able to act the part. I'm cool with it, bro. It's kind of.
I would like to see his weird hairdo, but it's not like it's not a Willem Dafoe did a phenomenal job without the weird hairdo. I don't even know what it is. It's just like, if you look at a picture of Norman Osborn from the comics, he almost looks like a white guy with cornrows.
Bro, it does like he got braids. It's weird. But Coleman has that old school slick back hair. That's another reason why I think they don't want him as Norman, because he has like a slick back hair with like a part that goes like here. It's kind of like that with that old school suave type stuff. Let me see.
He looks like he's got normal hair. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on. It's like, hold on. I think he wore it at the Grammys.
No, that's a Met Gala thing. That's not.
Oh, never mind. So that's not his normal do. Okay.
Yeah, they always go with like a unique one-off look for the Met Gala. It's like true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. I thought that was his actual look. I was like, that's very like interesting.